I took the classic Battleships game and adapted it for the EFL/ESL classroom. Battlewords is what I made. It's a superb game for practicing numbers, letters and spelling. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video I'll explain what Battlewords is, how to play, and how to get the best out of it for your classes. Everybody knows the game Battleships, and even kids who haven't played it before can pick up the rules pretty easily. But when I started playing Battleships in my classes, it didn't really work as I wanted. It took too long and it only focused on a small set of letters, so that's why I created Battlewords. In Battlewords, the grid is smaller and you can change the numbers and the letters to suit your needs. All you need is the Battlewords worksheet, which you can get from the free resources part of my website enchantedesl.com. The link is in the description below. You may also want to get some dry erase pockets or some plastic wallets so you can reuse the sheets. Obviously it's a game for 2 players, so if you have an individual student you can play against them. If you have any other number of students, you can just put them into pairs and have them play head to head. The game is great for beginners who are learning the letters and the numbers for the first time, or for lower intermediates who are struggling with the more difficult ones. Now let's head to the board to see how to play. First, give each player the Battlewords grid. At the moment, it's completely blank, so the first thing we need to do is write letters and numbers down the side and along the bottom. Do this in pencil so you can change them later, and maybe get your students to write the letters too. In the basic game you write numbers 1 to 8 and the first 8 letters of the alphabet. But that's quite limiting. Instead you can write the letters and numbers you want to focus on. Here I'm going to put numbers in the teens, which can be quite tricky, and some of the more challenging letters of the alphabet. Just make sure that everyone has the same numbers and letters and in the same order. Now write them all again on the lower grid too. Now each player secretly writes words in their My Words grid. 1 5-letter word, 2 4-letter words, and 2 3-letter words. Again, they should do this lightly in pencil so they can erase them later and play again. Words can be horizontal or vertical and mustn't overlap. It's a good idea to check each student's grid the first time you play to make sure they've done it right and their words are spelled correctly. Now is a good time to put the sheets inside a plastic wallet or a dry erase pocket. I've got this dry erase pocket and marker which I'm going to use for my hits and misses. And finally, we're ready to play the game. Find a way to randomly pick the starting player, like flipping a coin or playing rock, paper, scissors, and the first player says a letter and a number from the grid, like X16, hoping to hit one of their opponent's letters. If there's nothing in that space, their opponent says miss. The first player can colour in the square of X16 of their top grid to remind them that they missed. The opponent can also do the same in their My Words grid. Now it's the other player's turn. Each turn carries on this way until someone finds one of their opponent's letters. They got a hit. In this case, the opponent says hit and the letter in that square, for example, N. Now we know the location of a word, we can say squares surrounding that N. Eventually we'll find them all and reveal the whole word. It's 9. The game ends when one player finds all 5 of their opponent's words. They are the winner. If you think Battlewords is a fun game you might use with your students, let me know by hitting the like button. You can adapt Battlewords to focus on lots of different letters and numbers. The main downside of the game is it takes quite a long time, around half an hour or even more. And with younger kids they can get bored. So here are some ways to speed up the game. First, pre-prepare the letters and numbers so you don't have to do that in class. In the link I've put below you can get the .ppt file which you can edit using PowerPoint or OpenOffice or any of those programs. With that you can write out the letters and numbers that you want in advance and then print them all out ready to go. Second, brainstorm some 3, 4 and 5-letter words before you play the game so that students don't take too long thinking of what to write in their grids. Third, use a smaller grid. The 8x8 that I use is already a reduced version of the original, but if you take up the top 2 lines and the furthest right 2, then you make it a 6x6. If you do this, players should add 1 4-letter word, 2 3-letter words, and 1 2-letter word. Fourth, give players 3 shots on a turn instead of just 1. This reduces the slowest part of the game, which is changing turns and refocusing on what players want to aim for. If they have 3 in a row, then they can go bam, bam, bam. There is an alternative version of the game you could play. Instead of using letters and numbers, you use words that are difficult to pronounce, like cycle, height, and wood. I've never tried this version myself, but if you have, or if you're planning to, share how it went in the comments, and also give any other tips you have for the game. And don't forget to click the link in the description to get the free Battlewords sheets. And while you're there, check out the rest of the website. I've got games, activities, guidance, project ideas, role plays, all sorts of things, all to do with teaching English. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL, wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. See ya!